In the dimly lit room, the alarm clock, the ringtone of the mobile phone, and the ringtone of the electronic watch all sounded simultaneously. A buzzing electronic noise woke up the woman in the bed.
8 o'clock. I didn't set the alarm clock. Why did it all ring?
Space began to warp, and the virtual image of an AI materialized before Stella.
Hello, Stella. I have a new system. Based on the past life. You have been recognized. And not
Stella thought she was dreaming, closed her eyes and opened again, and found that the virtual AI was still there.
You are not dreaming. Please tell you this conversation, and it will determine your stay in this world.
How can you prove that you are true? And can you really decide where I stay in this world? Do you take me for a fool?
And the stones were faded, if you want to know if I'm true or not. Even I do the one now, and in 30 seconds, there will be a problem for the downstairs.
The unbelieving Stella opened the window and looked downstairs, and a moment later, a white Toyota collided with a bicycle around the bend. Although the scene is not large, it is indeed a car accident.
If you want to move cars, I can tell you that a rest of the vehicle is due behind it, completely blocking the alleyway, with the plate number W5559.
The prophesied scene was presented in front of Stella, and it took her a moment to come to her senses.
Why me?
A few large words appeared on the virtual screen of the system.
Player number 200,024, named Stella, Integral Team School, wish the player all the best.
After This was the 60th day that Stella was sent back to school by the world system. For the past 2 months, Stella did not trigger the world system again. Since last time she kicked off an arrogant football man's head. Waiting for her chance, she went to school like a normal high school student. She was now sitting in the classroom, waiting for the start of the last class of Friday.
Hey Alex, what brings you here?
The guy called Alex was walking into the classroom, and his appearance attracted special attention, because Alex had been recommended to a famous school recently. But today he appeared in this class, which made everyone curious. Don't know why. Today's classroom made Stella felt very strange, not only having many new faces, but also the prior young female teacher of this class is changed to a middle-aged male teacher. This male teacher rating has always been very bad. Rumors he often used position to sexually harass female students, but the school for various reasons has not taken action to him. In addition, there are a few sporadic Stella doesn't have any good impression also come, like those always do campus bullying, cheating and constantly doing minor evils. This arrangement led Stella to wonder if the world system was at work, and her test finally appeared. With this suspicion, the class finally began. On Friday afternoons, the campus always returns to tranquility, faster than usual. Only the two teaching buildings, standing opposite each other, remain standing in the twilight's afterglow.
A constantly changing magnetic field will generate an electric field, and the electric current and a constantly changing electric field will in turn produce a magnetic field.
The only sound comes from the middle of the fourth floor of classroom, where Stella is located. One could see the slowly setting sun. The poorly rated male teacher was teaching the last class of the week. The monotonous tone of voice makes the students feel sleepy. Suddenly, a slight drop-lock sound came from the door, interrupted the male teacher's boring explanation.
Who is outside?
This kind of boring prank often happens in the school, so it did not arouse too much reaction from the students. He walked slowly to the door, wanted to check who was playing the prank. Just at this moment, a loud sound of glass shattering erupted. A blood hole in the size of a thumb appeared in the back head of the male teacher. In the surprise of the students in the classroom, the male teacher leaned against the door with an expression of disbelief. Realizing what had happened, the students scattered in panic but stirred up in a tranquil pond, with those near the back door rushing to escape through it in a swarm. However, this behavior seemed to have been anticipated. The back door was locked and could not be opened. The gathered crowd instead became a conspicuous target for shooting from outside the window. With the sound of broken glass, the students gathered at the back door were hit one by one. The classroom was completely in chaos, and just at this critical moment, Stella shouted loudly.
Run down quickly.
The students who had heard this quickly lay to the ground. The bullets from outside the window lost their targets and finally stopped, and the sort of firing was suspended. In the classroom, only the survivors, swallowed by immense shock, remained, sobbing softly. However, the person who behind this does not want to give them time to regain their senses. A harsh electrical sound suddenly came from the classroom speakers of the school's public address system, followed by a male voice that had been altered.
Welcome to your last lesson.
In the dark classroom, the cold sound from the speaker penetrated into every corner of the classroom, like the cold wind blowing at winter night. Let Stella shudder. The man behind the scenes continued.
Very sorry to scare you, but it doesn't matter. Everything will stop. Desire, darkness, and fear will all disappear.
The first to snap back to reality was Alex.
Who are you? What do you want to do?
Hearing Alex's questioning, the person behind the scenes was calm. He was earnestly advising his juniors, and one could not at all feel that he was the planner behind the recent Val shooting incident.
I'm going to give you the most important And last lesson learned. Those sins that narrowly escape will not be exempt from punishment just because time has passed.
The speaker is the Jason Cooper. He is a well-known rich son in the school. His father across the business and government is very famous in the city.
You madman! I advise you to let us go quickly. If anything happens to me, my parents will definitely not let you off.
Having grown up in an environment where everyone looked up to him, he developed an arrogant and domineering personality. He was always overbearing in school, and anyone who opposed his views would suffer exclusion and attacks. Even the teachers gave way to him. So hearing the murderer claim to be giving him a lesson in life was simply maddening to him. The people behind the scenes were very happy about Jason's threat.
Of course your parents won't let me off. Even the police won't let me off. Ha ha ha. Jason Cooper, please stop your useless threat. Here today, these do not make any difference. Jason, since you are in such a hurry to finish this class, you should come first.
After that, the display screen above the classroom blackboard was automatically turned on, playing a clear surveillance video. Jason suddenly became terrified, his eyes widely open, and his body trembled. His voice was filled with obvious panic and uneasiness.
No way! How did you have this video?
Others looked at the images on the screen and began to wonder. But as they saw the swimmer on the screen, their expressions froze and they felt overwhelmed. That person is the Ethan Brooke who drowned in the pool last year.
It is Ethan!
The video scene took place at the school swimming pool, where a robust male student was swimming from the center of the pool to the shore. At that moment, Jason, leading for flunkies, walked in from outside the hall. Jason was somewhat surprised to see Ethan, but soon he remembered something, and Ethan stood before him.
Hey, Ethan, why are you here?
Seeing Jason coming to him, this strong man felt very frightened and murmured back,
Hello, Jason. The division competition will be held soon. I'm training here.
Jason squatted down halfway, looking down at Ethan.
I heard that you are the best student in the whole school. Even the coach cannot compare to you.
The man named Ethan Brooks clearly knew Jason Cooper's character, and knew what he wanted to play a trick on him. If Jason had acted in his school style, the trick would make Ethan very painful. Ethan was never good at dealing with such provocation, shaking his voice in prayer.
It's all exaggerated. The coach lost to me because he was not in his best that day. Otherwise, I certainly won't win.
But Jason clearly wasn't buying it. He glanced at his watch and said,
Exaggeration or not, you won't know until you practice. I have 40 minutes until my next class, and no one else will come to the pool during this time. Let's see what you've got in these 40 minutes.
With that, he gave the followers a look, and several instructions quickly dispersed, each occupying one side of the pool. Standing on the shore, Jason looked down at Ethan in the water, smiling more and more deeply. He enjoyed the feeling of controlling the fate of others, which clearly pleased him. Ethan understands what Jason means. If he didn't follow Jason today, Jason would not have let him ashore. But after a long period of intense training, his current physical state has been unable to withstand the Jason Cooper's bullying. In order to get a chance from Jason, he did not give up and pray again.
Jason, please, I have been training for a long time. With my personal ability certainly cannot last 40 minutes. If you want to see me swim, I can show you another day, anytime.
But this kind of weakness cannot get the bully any pity, but provoke his excitement. After speaking, Jason Cooper gave a look to his followers, who immediately understood his intentions upon receiving the hint. They walked straight to the place where miscellaneous items were piled up, picked up the skimming nets from the side of the pool, and stood on all four sides of the pool, watching the people in the pool with a threatening and provocative stance.
Haha, you have the time. I don't have the time. Let's start now. Don't talk nonsense.
Under the threat of the group, Ethan could only swim back and forth desperately in the pool, not daring to stop for a moment. However, after a few laps, Jason was already feeling bored. He called Ethan.
Your swimming style is so boring. Or you can give me a synchronized swimming performance.
Facing the threat of Jason, Ethan's heart was full of helplessness and fear, but he did not have the courage to resist. He could only drill into the bottom of the water and try to imitate the synchronized swimming movements he saw on TV. As a non-professional, Ethan has never touched synchronized swimming, naturally acting stiff and awkward, but it amused Jason and his followers, who had loud laughter that echoed throughout the swimming pool. On the screen, several abusers who feel the fun make more and more demands on Ethan in the pool, and although Ethan is exhausted, he still was forced not to land to rest. Whenever Ethan tried to approach the shore, someone would viciously whip him with the iron bar, pushing him back into the water. The helpless Ethan could only struggle in the water to complete one difficult maneuver after another, each attempt causing him immense muscular pain. But he dared not stop, and could only continue to struggle in the water. 20 minutes later, Ethan Brooks was completely exhausted, trying to relax and float up on the water for a while. But these demons were not about to let him off easily. Several followers picked up the iron bar and started hitting Ethan in the water intensively. The battered Ethan lost his balance and could only struggle desperately.
No, no, no!
He kept calling for help, but for these habitual abusers, such cries only led to more intense attacks.
Help! Help!
Suddenly, he struggled as if electrified, his movements fast and frantic, like a non-swimmer who had fallen into the water, flailing instinctively, tumbling up and down. He uttered some fragmented syllables that didn't form words. Seeing him flounder like a drowning dog, the group was completely caught up in the excitement of their abuse, continuously swinging their iron bar while laughing loudly. Jason's laughter was the most grating, as he seemed to be enjoying the pleasure that this power brought him. The cruel torture was finally stopped after 5 minutes. Ethan stopped struggling in despair, his body slowly falling into the bottom of the pool, leaving only a string of bubbles on the water, gradually dissipating. The video ends here, with the frame frozen at the moment Ethan Brooks helplessly sinks into the pool. It is only then that everyone understands that Ethan, who was determined by the forensic pathologist last summer to have died in the pool due to a cramp, was actually tortured to death, and the perpetrator. In the classroom, all the judgmental eyes were focused on Jason.
So what? Did I lay a hand on him in the video? Wasn't that their own doing? I didn't even say a word about killing him. At most, I'm an accomplice.
Woo!
The person who was exposed to the abuse and killing showed no remorse, and even said with a face of indifferent attitude. Hearing Jason's ridiculous argument, the people hiding behind the stereos, only not angry, but even chuckled, which seems to be laughing at the innocence of children.
Jason, you are very clever, even cunning. But today here is not a court trial. Your cunning here is useless for me.
So what do you want?
Jason laughed, seemed fearless, and even approached a few steps to the front of the classroom, trying to show that he was not afraid of the people behind the scenes. However, there is no answer to Jason's provocation, and it seems to be waiting for Jason's next move.
Why aren't you talking anymore? Do you think that I would be afraid of you? In your dream!
Sure enough, Jason acted. He spoke as he approached the teaching podium. Just 3 meters away from the teaching podium, he suddenly picked up a stool and slammed the surveillance camera on right above the teaching podium. He thought he had smashed the surveillance, and the person behind it won't be able to do anything to him again. But his idea was clearly too naive. After a brief silence, the man behind it spoke out again.
Your intelligence can only reach this degree. If you think I can't act again without surveillance, guess how many monitors I have installed in this classroom and how many eyes can look at your evil deeds behind your back.
Hearing this, Jason was completely enraged. Ignoring the possibility of another shooting, he frantically searched for the camera in the classroom with bloodshot eyes. 1, 2, 3, 10, 13. In 20 minutes, Jason found nearly a dozen pinhole cameras. But the high intensity of emotional venting also left him exhausted. After destroying the pinhole camera, hidden under the lectern, he leaned on both ends of the table with his hands, gasping for air, his body's heaving even causing the entire table to tremble. The man behind the scene finally spoke out.
Are you feeling tired? Should you still have any physical strength? It's a shame that you did not feel the same as Ethan's exhausted state, that you can experience his suffocating despair.
The ceiling above the teaching podium quickly opened, and a rope fell from it, and the circular lasso accurately covered Jason's neck. The rope tightened quickly. Jason's face suddenly turned pale, and his hands instinctively grabbed the rope and tried to break free. But the rope, as strong as a chair, was tightened by his struggle. His throat made a dry cough. His eyes were shut and protruding. His lips turned purple, and breathing gradually became difficult. Jason's toes kicked hard on the floor, trying to find support, but only in vain, swinging in the air. The weight of the body makes the rope embedded into the skin. Blood oozes, and the collar dyed red. Time seemed to freeze at this moment. The room so quiet that only his increasingly weak gasps and the sound of rope friction could be heard. Jason's pupils gradually dilated. His limb struggles became weaker and weaker. And finally, his hands fell limply, his head tilting to one side, unsupported. The classroom was silent, with only Jason's cold body echoing in the air. Jason's lifeless body hung limply in the middle of the classroom, the rope not only tightly constricting his neck, but also seemingly tugging at the nerves of everyone in the room. They were fearful, not knowing when they might become the next subject of a lesson. They were uneasy, because those hidden sins of the past might be about to be exposed. Of course, there are people like Stella, who don't know what crimes they have committed to be part of the classroom. She tried to recall what had happened in the past, trying to find any immoral and disgraceful moment from the fragments of memory. She was short of breath, and countless images flashed through her mind, but she was not sure what crime she had committed to be selected in the classroom. Suddenly, Stella caught the probable reason, and the person who might judge her. If that's the person, then what is happening now makes sense. The only irrationality is how did he achieve this seemingly large and complex plan, unless it's... As her conjecture entered the key link, the person behind the scenes interrupted her thoughts. The relaxed tone of the person behind the scenes seems that everything is so ordinary, just like simply teaching a bad student.
Well, it's the next one.
Hearing this, the students in the classroom felt their hearts pounding, as if they would be the next person on the death list in the next second. Everyone held their breath, anxiously waiting for fate's verdict. In the long and suffocating silence, the voice of the man behind the scenes sounded again, announcing the name of the next victim.
Hello, Alex Remo.
Hearing the name called by the person behind the scenes, the others in the classroom breathed a sigh of relief, secretly glad that they had temporarily escaped disaster, while also feeling extremely curious. What kind of unspeakable secrets could Alex, a top student and kind-hearted person, have? As the named party, Alex appears not usual, calm as if he was not the one being named.
As a careerist, you are very qualified, but when you slander your friends for stealing the results of your project, have you ever thought about the day of trial?
Hearing the words behind the scenes, Alex's calm face finally gave out a little panic, but then he forced his composure. Half a year ago, Alex and Jessica were successfully selected for the AKA program at a prestigious university. Together, they developed new network security technologies.
I don't understand what you are talking about. If this is about innovation projects, I am also a victim.
Alex is responsible for the technical implementation of the project, while Jessica does the theoretical research and data analysis of the project. As the project progresses, the innovative technology has shown great potential, and with it, the two can even be admitted directly by prestigious universities. Faced with this huge interest, a rift appeared in their friendship. Alex and Jessica produced different evidence. In the end, Alex produced the most original project materials, proving his dominance and ending the dispute. But the dispute has caused a stir at schools. Many students believe that Jessica's behavior is completely ungrateful. Faced with rumors and immense psychological pressure, Jessica felt helpless and on the verge of collapse. Ultimately, unable to bear the moral pressure, Jessica chose to commit suicide by jumping off a building.
Are you sure?
After hearing Alex's straight words, the man behind jokingly replied, the conclusion that was originally uncontroversial, now being questioned by the people in the classroom, due to the person behind the scenes bringing up old matters, and having previously exposed Jason's misdeeds. They began to doubt whether the truth of the matter was as Alex had said. Suspicious eyes were cast at him, which made Alex feel uneasy. But he quickly adjusted his mind and said calmly,
I don't know what reason you suspect me, but I have a clear conscience.
If you listen to this audio, do you still feel a clear conscience?
After a rustling current sound, a recording of a conversation was played, a recording of Jessica's call with Alex before her death.
Alex, I used to think we were friends, even if I knew you were a selfish person who never thought about anyone. But for similar goals, we worked together and imagined a future successful life. But I didn't think you would be the first stepping stone on your road to success.
Alex on the other end of the line did not reply.
I know you won't apologize for your actions. I called today and just wanted to ask you, When did you get my original documents?
The recording was silent for a long time. Long until Stella thought the recording was finished. Alex finally spoke.
Jessica, I'm glad you treat me as a friend, but you know, I never miss my goal, no matter what way or means.
Alex's tone on the phone was firm and cruel. Anyone can feel his determination to reach his goal.
This project, on the first day you found me, ready to talk to me about cooperation, I already saw its value. Thank you very much for your hard work for me, but no one can stop me from getting what I want.
Jessica, although she didn't get a positive answer from Alex, but she had already got the answer she wanted. It was started on the first day. The Jessica who gets the truth is like feeling relieved. Laugh out loud.
Alex, for being honest and allowing me to see God without any doubt.
With that, she decisively hung up the phone, and the recording ended. Like the end of the Jason video, the classroom fell silent again, leaving only the students looking at each other and making silent eye contact. Some people can sigh about Alex's downfall, some can worry about the upcoming developments, and some can panic about a similar fate. Alex, on the other hand, was not only completely fearless of the upcoming trial, but even said in a provocative tone,
So what about that? You think I'm Jason? A single recording can crash me?
Then he turned to face all the surviving students and continued.
Do you think you can escape? According to the rules of the game, no one in this classroom is innocent, right? Are you willing to wait to be killed by him like a domestic pig?
The students, who had stood quietly in their respective positions, began to get restless. No one is willing to die here like this. But if they can't find that key now, they have no chance of winning. A well-dressed girl spoke up.
We are not willing to die here, but do you have any way to let us go out?
Stella knew her. She was a member of the school's student council, from a prominent family like Jason, but the family business was not clean, often using violent means to intimidate others. A week ago, a girl who was also a member of the student council was forced to drop out due to her long-term bullying. And even though everyone knew she was responsible, no one dared to point out her wrongdoing. Seeing Alex trying to unite everyone's forces to resist, the man behind, who had been emotionless, suddenly gets excited.
Fun, let me see your strength.
In the classroom, the students looked at Alex with ulterior motives. On the surface, they didn't show it, but they all knew that it would be difficult to get out alive on their own abilities. But Alex was different. This gifted individual with exceptional intelligence was always held in high hopes at critical moments, regardless of his character. Alex knew this, of course, and so he showed great confidence in this confrontation.
If you judge us in the name of teaching lessons, you will not realize the false justice in your heart? Then I will give you a lesson today, let you know that in this society, justice is unreliable, ability is the only truth.
He turned to the students again.
He could have killed Jason in the simplest way, yet he went to the trouble of setting up so many traps, replicating Ethan's method of death by suffocation. His obsession with exacting a one-to-one price is almost paranoid, so he will definitely be trapped in this kind of mental predicament, just like...
Halfway, Alex looked up to the ceiling.
Is there a mechanism that makes me die?
With this sentence, his lips showed a triumphant smile, as if he was proud to see the idea of the man behind him. After hearing a long period of analysis, there was no panic shown from the one behind the scenes, and even said to Alex in a tone of praise,
Alex, I did not mistake you. You are really smart and very understand human nature. Otherwise also won't let so proud Jessica still be friend with you even after seeing through your selfishness.
The person behind the scenes responds to Alex in an extremely expectant tone, just as indifferent that Alex sees through his intentions.
So how are you going to solve my thinking dilemma next?
Yes, he won't care, because his weakness is not here. Stella, I already have a judgment in her mind. Facing the crowd of onlookers, standing at the back of the classroom, with puzzled faces, Alex guided them to think step by step.
How did Jason die? You have already seen it. The same way of death as Ethan suffocating. We'll die the same way as the person who died because of us. So, the cause of death for that person will determine our fate.
Jojo expressed the questions of all those present.
How to verify that what you said is true?
It's simple. If you don't believe me, let's give it a try. Jessica died of a head injury from a fall from a height. In this classroom, the only way to cause my head injury was to place a heavy object on the ceiling that would kill me. When I move to a set position, the weight falls.
Jason follower spoke for the first time.
How did he know that you would move to that particular position to provoke you like the Jason?
No, of course not. The same move won't work well for another person. Naturally, the levels designed for me will be based on my habits.
Alex pointed to a shadowy corner of the classroom.
Did you see that computer in the corner? He must have guessed that I would find it, and when cornered, I would use my skills to restore communication in this room. The device that threatens my life must be up there. So, if any of you doubt what I'm saying, feel free to open the ceiling and verify whether my hypothesis is true.
There was silence in the classroom, and no one wanted to risk their lives for this attempt. But if really do nothing, the fear of the judgment that will come at any time eats away at everyone's delicate nerves like an appendage. Eventually, Jason's follower finally took it all and called another companion and boldly walked to the place Alex had said to reveal the final answer.
Oh, it really has. It's a plaster cast. Do you want to take it down?
Alex was smug, and everyone breathed a sigh of relief.
Take it down.
Together, the two pulled the plaster statue out of the hollow in the ceiling. Halfway through the move, a sudden boom happened. The bloody scene scared the rest of the classroom into screaming. Alex was engulfed in a pool of blood. It was another plaster cast initially. The original trigger was the sculpture of Jason's followers. Alex looked down at the speaker box, appearing to question the man behind it with the last remnants of his life.
Alex, you misestimate how I know you. Your selfishness, allowing you to speculate the answer, will not give you the chance to personally verify it.
Alex closed his eyes and ended his life with reluctance and resentment.
Well, my patience is completely exhausted, and you will never reflect on the harm you have brought to others. Then I will let you never have a chance to hurt others.
The sliding blackboard in front of the platform slowly rode to both ends, uncovering a 30 centimeters hollow space. Through the steel bars, a container, surrounded by a small electric heating device, flashed a faint red light.
Inside is enough to kill cyanide. As long as the electricity connects, it will soon end your evil life.
This word shocked all people there. Some were mourning in great pain. Only Stella silently observed an ordinary girl with an average face. The girl walked to the cabinet at the end of the classroom. She was about to open the door when Stella held her wrist tightly and her eyes looked at the woman in panic.
What are you doing?
The girl looked at the Stella helplessly.
I just want to see what tools are in there which can help us go out.
Do you help us? Or do you help yourself?
What do you mean?
Stella stared straight at the girl's mobile phone in the chest pocket of her shirt.
Mr. Thompson, you monitored our every movement through this mobile phone.
The girl was shocked when she heard what Stella said.
You? How do you know?
The rest of the classroom heard the conversation, soon in silence. Everyone wore an unbelievable expression.
How could it be Mr. Thompson?
Stella still ignored the girl's murmur, just waiting for the reply from the man behind the scenes.
What happens even if you know it? You cannot escape the fate of dying here today.
These words caused an uproar, leading to the sound of heated discussion.
Really, Mr. Thompson?
How is it possible?
Is his usual justice and lover pretend?
May, the reason why he did this was just for justice.
When the crowd heard this, their faces became very strange, and they no longer spoke.
Mr. Thompson, I just dropped out of school again, and is this crime so serious that you will kill me?
Stella, don't you really know who you took in this time? The person because of your replacement finally committed a suicide. Isn't that not enough for the reason you're here today?
Hearing this, Stella's face instantly turned white. She recalled she saw the man in the student affair office during the enrollment. Standing remembered that a few weeks ago, she had reported it in the Student Affairs office with the entrance recommendation given by the world system. A few weeks ago, in the Student Affairs office, Stella submitted his admission recommendation to Thompson. Thompson sat behind his desk, frowning tightly at Stella's admission materials. After reading it, he looked at the boy sitting in the corner of the office in the kind of profound eyes. Then he began to speak to Stella.
There is no problem with your information, and I will deal with your enrollment as soon as possible.
Thank you, sir.
Although I don't know why you dropped out and entered the school, attending Crestwood Academy School is a rare opportunity for many people. I hope you will cherish it well.
Thompson's words seemed to have another meaning, but Stella was all about how to get the world system called experience points in school. She just simply said thanks to Thompson as she walked out of the Student Affair office. The boy who had been sitting in the corner looked at Stella with a condemning look.
I know you can't afford to offend her recommendation, but it is not difficult for you to recruit another student. Liam has made almost every possible effort for this opportunity to enter the school. His grades are excellent, and he will surely win more honors for the school. I'm sorry. I have no intention to teach you how to do anything. Is there really no way out? Okay, I know it. Then I let Liam wait a while.
Memories of being pulled back, Stella stood in the classroom and asked intently.
So the boy who was in the office that day, and he committed suicide?
No, it's not suicide, but murder. And the murderer is you.
Accused by such charges, Stella, who has amazing resiliency.
Liam died because of me. I just follow the information from the world system.
Thinking of it here, the Stella began to become firm.
I'm sorry to hear this news, but I can't accept your accusations.
I know. How can people like you have a trace of sorry because of the harm to others? So, for now, let me end it all.
With that, Thompson wanted to start the power supply, and just at the critical moment, Stella spoke again.
I admit that my unintentional mistake was the trigger for Liam's death, but is it really me who murdered him? I think Mr. Thompson is even more accused of harming Liam. If it were not for you giving Liam hope and can't fight against your superiors, how it would have happened, I was just the trigger. Your so-called justice is to punish the least rebellious students, but stay silent in the face of power.
Her words seemed to prick one of Thompson's nerve, and Thompson's voice became intense.
What do you know? If I resist, Liam will never be able to enter Crestwood. Not into Crestwood, he has no chance to apply to the best university with a full scholarship. Then he will not have any chance to change his fate in his life.
Say that Stella hold the girl's hand.
If he doesn't enter the best university, he will still have the chance to enter the ordinary university. There will be a chance to change his fate anywhere, but you give him hope again and again. But let him hope shattered. Let him finally go to the end. Admit, Mr. Doc Thompson, Liam's death is to blame me or you. You have a judgment in your heart. And you won't start the device right now because she hasn't got the antidote.
People in the classroom were keenly aware of this, and getting out of the classroom alive depended on how the man responded to Stella.
Although I don't want to admit, but Stella, you really hold me. About this layout I have thought about a lot of possibilities, but did not think of this one. You won.
The result announced. Finally, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Only the girl held by the wrist of the Stella did not see any joy, but feel the huge grief hit and cried silently. In the silent, dark classroom is occupied by sadness. In front of the building, the parents of the surviving students hugged their children and bereaved parents stormed and shoved police and school officials. At the chaotic scene, reporters stood outside the police cordon, describing the progress in solemn language.
The trapped students have all been rescued. The suspect has been located by the police officials. The arrest is underway.
Congratulations. Player 200,024 successfully escaped from 061 to large campus room massacre case and rescued 10 people, with the world influence score increased by 50,000 and ranking 40,800, 40,300 currently. Please continue to work hard.
It is the world system that has disappeared for a long time. Stella is shocked to look at the clear picture again. The virtual robot appears in front of Stella, as if no one else exists. It seems that only Stella can perceive its existence.
Can you observe my every movement?
The world system can observe the events that are happening in every corner of the world.
Why did the admission information you gave me make Liam unable to enroll? If you knew everything, why did you do it?
If this information is not available, you cannot participate in the test of you.
What about the death of the Liam?
Everything that happens in the world will have an impact on some people, which is inevitable. The essence of Liam's death is not that his enrollment is occupied by you, but that he cannot adapt to the environment he lives in.
So, you think living about death has nothing to do with you or me? Just the result of natural selection.
It can be understood that survival of the fittest, the law of the operation of the world. People with strong influence naturally have more survival resources, so that they can be mankind go first. If you can't increase your world influence to the top 500 of the list, you will also be judged to be a failure to adapt to the world's environment and be recycled by the system.
Once said, the world system disappeared again. She was stunned and noted the approaching Thompson surrounded by a group of armed police from distance. Inside the police station, Stella sat opposite to Mr. Thompson. The Thompson was somewhat surprised by the Stella's interview.
Mr. Thompson, I want to explain the Liam.
I think there is nothing to say about this matter. I admit what you said. I have an inshirkable responsibility for the death of Liam, but this does not represent your innocence.
I'm not here to clear the responsibility, but to ask, have you heard of the world system?
Never heard of it. What does it have to do with Liam?
About 2 months ago, a virtual system suddenly appeared in my residence and told me if I didn't want to lose my life, I had to complete the task to get world experience points. So I chose the school to accumulate experience points. A few days later, I received a recommendation in the mail.
Oh, Tilda, are you making up a story?
How can I contact the people who recommend me to enter the school? I would like you to think about anything that happened before you plan this incident.
Thompson seemed to suddenly remembered something. Indeed, the progress of this matter is unusual, like someone behind him to carry out a series of actions.
2 months ago, I received an anonymous letter about the criminal records of the students in the classroom. Although I am very aware of the crimes these people have committed, it is not easy to get the evidence, and the email is as detailed as if it were deliberately intended for me.
Here Mr. Thompson trembled, and great despair pouring from his voice.
If it's all done by a virtual system that keeps the world going, then everything I believe in is a joke.
I don't think it's a joke.
Stella, the firm voice, made Thompson gradually come to his senses.
Mr. Thompson, if everything in the world operates by natural selection, what is human civilization? If there is no civilization, how should we go further? It's all just about the person who sets the rules.
Do you mean that all this, including the world system, is artificial?
If all this is artificial, then this mysterious organization is not close to the world net.
Yes, I'm not sure of this, but I confirmed it after hearing you say that you received the email just 2 months ago.
What are you going to do?
Like you do.
What do you mean?
Resistance, those who set up this system, screening humans by their own standards like screening goods, arbitrarily define the survival value of others. Why must I accept it?
Thompson laughed, but could not help but admire the young girl's idea and courage.
Our resistance, in their eyes, is the fight of the trap beast. If you do not take out the determination to die, it is difficult to win.
Mr. Thompson, from beginning to end, I have little chance to win. This time I can survive from you, the next time may not be.
Then I wish you good luck, Stella. You must win as well as I won this time.
I will certainly be Mr. Thompson. Those you can't clean up the insects, I will let them get the prize.
A red car drives into the estate, and Jojo throws the keys to the housekeeper and heads straight to Max's study.
Hey, Max. You have something important to tell me? What exactly is it?
You sit down first.
Don't be mysterious. I can't wait. Is it about Mia?
Mia is Jojo's half-sister, and is 2 years older than Jojo. However, with her outstanding ability, Mia was highly valued by her father. As a result, she has always been Jojo's #1 enemy, and whenever she can hear about her or crush her on something.
Not about the Mia, but it must be the news you want, and the cruise game is about to start.
I want to join me, Max. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I must win this game.
Hearing the news, Jojo began to lose his mind. Cruise game is a mysterious game spread in the rich circle. It starts the time is uncertain. Rumors in the cruise game can get the title or get the ticket to enter the top rich circle. 3 years ago, Mia joined the 15-day cruise game and won the title, and her father passed all the family business to her.
I know, Jojo. Cruise game didn't think so simple. Success if someone died here with your personal strength is very difficult. 3 years ago, Mia also took the assistant So, I want to remind you today is to find a smart man up with you, but this person is not the person of the family. You know now family is full of me eyeliner.
Why don't you have a good candidate?
Jojo, you are joking. I am now an empty shell. All the capable hands are picked away by Mia.
A Jojo flashed through his mind.
Perhaps that person can.
In the hallway of the apartments, Jojo walked to the house with a shopping bag and saw a